In Brazil, bishops are pondering ways to protect the people and the natural environment of the Amazon. We'll also discuss a symposium at the Cardinal Stefan Wyszynski University dedicated to combating the evil spirit, whose name begins with either D or Cis. There's news about an American multimillionaire who is donating his entire life's fortune to charity. Additionally, in Romania, the Open Arms Outreach Organization is expanding its aid to those in need. In the Netherlands, Geert Wilders' electoral victory concerns the Islamic community, while in Poland, a mild winter is forecasted. Finally, Rabbi Oded Peles shares insights on emulating God through mercy. Tune in on Monday, November 27th, to the Safira FM news service.
Bishops serving in the Amazon met with representatives of the Brazilian government, including Environment Minister Marina Silva. The meeting, which included Bishop Evaristo Pascoal Spengler of the Pan-Amazonian Ecclesial Network, focused on the territorial rights of Amazonian peoples, the impact of large economic projects on the environment, and the climate crisis. Methods to protect human rights were also discussed. This meeting was a significant step towards respecting the rights of the Amazonian people, addressing issues such as drought, fires, and conflicts on Quilombo's community territories.
At Cardinal Stefan Wyszynski University in Warsaw, a symposium titled "Do Not Be Overcome by Evil, Love is Greater" was held, organized by the Department of Christian Mysticism and the Society of St. Paul. Among the speakers were Professor Robert Skrzypczak, discussing the figure of the Antichrist, and Dr. Lukasz Buksa, presenting issues related to the virtual world. Professor Maria Reich discussed the dangers of ADI therapy. The second part of the symposium featured testimony from Angela Calcagno, who spoke about successes in combating satanic cults. Experiences were also shared by exorcist priest Andrzej Grefkowicz.
American multimillionaire Warren Buffett has donated $866 million in Berkshire Hathaway shares to charitable causes. Beneficiaries include the Susan Thompson Buffett Foundation, named after his late wife, and foundations managed by his children. 93-year-old Buffett has pledged that over 99% of his wealth will be given to charity, adding that the details of his estate's distribution after his death will be publicly available to ensure transparency in managing the donation.
In Călărași, Romania, the Open Arms Outreach charity has been helping children and others in need for 20 years. Founded by Brad and Nora Hayes in 2003, the organization focuses on creating churches that also serve as cultural centers. Its goal is to develop leadership among new believers and to preach the gospel beyond the region. Brad Hayes, in a conversation with Alpha Omega TV, emphasized the importance of caring for the poor and marginalized. Open Arms Outreach also engages in children's ministry, its work born from the prayers of the local women's community in the 1990s.
Geert Wilders, leader of the far-right Freedom Party, won a victory in the Dutch elections, securing 37 seats in Parliament and ending the 13-year rule of Prime Minister Mark Rutte. Known for his anti-Islam rhetoric, Wilders now faces the challenge of forming a government coalition. Dutch journalist Evert van Vlastuin noted that Wilders is seen as a controversial and secular politician, and his victory could alter the political landscape of the Netherlands.
In Poland, 102-year-old Liliana received a pacemaker at the Zgierz Cardiology Center. She was discharged in good condition after 3 days in the hospital. Doctors note that making such a decision for elderly patients is not easy due to the risk of complications. In Liliana's case, heart rhythm disturbances required intervention. Her case, like earlier operations on centenarian patients, shows that a pacemaker can improve life quality regardless of age. The procedure was conducted under state reimbursement.
Weather wizards report that the end of November and beginning of December will bring typical winter weather to Poland. This period is expected to see increased precipitation, mostly snow. The warming forecasted for the second half of December won't be very deep. The year's end is expected to bring a milder winter, with fewer cold days compared to previous years. The last weeks will bring snowfall, but with the ongoing warming, rain and sleet are also possible. However, a true snowy winter awaits in the mountains.
The Gospel and Talmud teach that helping the weakest is akin to emulating God. Israeli Rabbi Oded Peles, commenting on the last Sunday of the liturgical year, emphasizes that by showing kindness to others, we imitate God's attributes. The Talmud in Tractate Sotah 14a, through the figure of Rabbi Hama, shows how one can emulate God by visiting the sick, comforting mourners, and burying the dead. Similarly, the Gospel of Matthew presents God as King, Shepherd, and Judge, teaching the practical dimension of mercy. Rabbi Peles highlights that God, crowned on the throne at Rosh Hashanah, is also portrayed as a shepherd who cares for his flock. By showing kindness and helping our neighbors, we emulate God, draw closer to Him, and follow His path.
That's all in the news service of Sephira Radio. We're glad you're with us. We wish you a good week. May God bless us all.